Hello and a very warm welcome to Rajya Sabha TV. I am Aishwarya Kapoor with Verdict 2014, featuring all the news and updates in the assembly elections in Maharashtra and Haryana. Let us begin by taking a look at the headlines. Bombay High Court asks Election Commission to state action to be taken against political parties using minors for campaigning. Parties release election manifestos. Congress and NCP promise high growth in Maharashtra. BJP bets on good governance in Haryana. Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda dismisses rumours of Modi wave in Haryana, says issues in assembly elections are different. And NCP Chief Sharad Pawar asserts support for secular parties, refutes allegations that his party would go with BJP after the polls. The Bombay High Court has asked the Election Commission to state what action would it take against political parties who use children in election campaigns or any poll-related work. The court was hearing a PIL seeking a ban on minors being used in campaigning. Earlier on 30th of September, a bench headed by Justice Abhay Oka had asked the Election Commission to declare its stand on the issue within a week. Following that, Election Commission filed an affidavit stating that it had written a letter to the Chief Secretaries of State, electoral officers and political parties to take steps to ensure that children are not used in poll campaigns. However, the affidavit was silent on what action would be taken in case children were used for such activities. All right, let us take all the news. What is happening in poll-bound Haryana? Well, a day after Congress released its poll manifesto for Haryana, BJP also came out with its own. The party has promised soaps for farmers and introduction of several welfare schemes in its manifesto. BJP will be contesting alone for the first time in the state on 15th of October.
BJP has released its poll manifesto for the Haryana Assembly elections this month. The manifesto, released a day after Congress's own, was full of promises for farmers, youth and women. In quite similar lines with the Congress manifesto, BJP too had a lot on offer. It has promised interest-free loans to farmers, food grains at ₹1 per kilo for economically weaker sections, tax-free pilgrimage scheme for senior citizens, ₹2,000 monthly pension for senior citizens and widows, and setting up of a higher court for the state, and job promises for unemployed youth.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सुशासन की स्थापना एक अच्छा शासन, एक विकास और समृद्धि को समर्पित शासन, एक सुरक्षा को समर्पित शासन का एक ऐसा मौका है, एक स्वर्णिम मौका है, जिससे कि हरियाणा के लोगों ने मन बनाया हुआ है.
BJP will be looking to end the 10-year rule of Congress in Haryana. This is the first time that BJP has decided to go all alone in the assembly elections in the state. The party called off its alliance with Haryana Janhit Congress last month, making its job tougher. Apart from development and good governance, BJP is seeking votes against corruption in the state.
भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त हरियाणा लोकायुक्त की नियुक्ति सरकार बनने के 15 दिन के अंदर करेंगे.
The party will be depending a lot on the image of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to make an impact in these elections. At least 10 rallies of Modi have been lined up in the next 2 weeks. It remains to be seen how effective will be its ploy to seek mandate with Modi as its face in the assembly elections too. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
All right, let's get all the details from my colleague Vishal Dhaya, who's joining us on the phone line from Kaithal. Vishal, now a day after Congress released its manifesto, BJP also released its manifesto yesterday. What are the highlights? What are the takeaways from this manifesto?
Well, the major highlights of the manifesto is the promise of further developments. The BJP seems to have put a lot of emphasis on the issue of corruption, and we could see, their leaders making that promise of constituting a Loka-yukta within 15 days of their government being formed in the states. Obviously, that is one of the issues on which the BJP is planning to and rather trying to corner the Congress-led government in the state, which has been in power for the last 10 years. And that's exactly something which has been reflected in the BJP's manifesto. As far as other promises go, it is quite interesting to see that both Congress and BJP have quite similar sort of promises in their manifesto as far as developmental plank is concerned. But these are two issues, that is development and corruption, which would keep Congress and BJP face to face in this election.
Right. Vishal, you stay with us. We'll just come back to you. Meanwhile, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi set to launch an aggressive campaign in Haryana, Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda on Thursday dismissed that there was any Modi wave in the state. In fact, he reiterated that the issues in the state assembly elections are compared to those in the Lok Sabha polls. They are different. He also said that so far he has addressed over 70 public meetings ahead of the polls and he can feel the pulse and the mood of the public. Haryana goes to polls on 15th of October. Now, the Chief Minister said, and I quote him now, "There is no such wave. Modi is not fighting for the post of Chief Minister of Haryana. Moreover, earlier an atmosphere was hyped up during the Lok Sabha polls, but later on people realized that they had been befooled. In fact, the assembly elections, the issues are totally different," quote unquote. All right, let's go back to my colleague Vishal. Vishal, now there we just heard that the opposition party is claiming that there's nothing like a Modi wave in the state of Haryana. But at the same time, BJP is banking a lot on Modi's developmental image because there are 10 rallies really that are planned for the state that Modi will be addressing.
Well, yes, pretty much BJP seems to be banking heavily on its star campaigner, that would be the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and almost 10 rallies, 10 other parliamentary constituencies. There are 10 parliamentary constituencies in Haryana with 9 assembly, on an average 9 assembly segments each. So we're expecting Narendra Modi to address one rally in each of these parliamentary constituencies. Something which BJP leaders in the state believe will give them a boost as far as the state unit of the party is concerned. Let's not forget the fact that BJP has not been able to, or rather has been able to manage a double-digit figure in the state assembly only twice. That is in 1987 and 1996, and that too when they were fighting in alliance with the other parties, be it the Haryana Vikas Party at that point in time or Indian National Lokdal. But this time around, the Saffron outfit is fighting all 90 seats, fighting on all 90 seats on its own. So obviously it needs some sort of push from the central leadership, and that's why we see the BJP president, the national president Amit Shah, has been touring the state for quite some time now, has been addressing rallies in different assembly segments, and we'll also have the Prime Minister addressing 10 rallies in the state starting maybe from 4th of October. Very interestingly, another fact which as far as BJP's state politics is concerned is that there are several leaders in the state unit which have just joined the party.
Right. Right, Vishal. Thank you so much for those details there. Meanwhile, Vishal had spoken earlier to a prominent figure of Haryana politics, HJC's chief Kuldeep Bishnoi, on the party's promises and the assembly elections. Bishnoi spoke of the past and present alliances and their expected impact on the results. Let's take a listen.
The stage is set for assembly elections in Haryana, and we are now joined by one of the tall regional players out here, a significant political leader in the politics of Haryana. That's the president of Haryana Janhit Congress Bhajan Lal faction. That's Kuldeep Bishnoi. What exactly are the issues this time around?
Look, the issues are very, very serious ones, like the issue of disparity, discrimination among jobs development, and law and order is a very big issue, and we have issue of water, we have issue of power. SYL is a very, very big issue.
One very interesting point which I found out is you saying that there will be a 21% reservation for women.
I want the women to participate, and I want that with the 21% reserve. So if I give a very, very big number, then officers and people will not be like, very enthusiastic to do it.
You had a very unsuccessful, or rather to say, a very bumpy alliance with the BJP for 3 years.
Actually, BJP, I personally feel that from day one, they had this plan of using and throwing kind of a thing, which they have been doing with Chaudhry Devilal ji, Bansilal ji, Chautala ji, and the same thing they did with me. That's why I did a documentary alliance with them, because I knew their mindset, and it was a big game plan, and I fell in their trap.
Why have an alliance with a party led by Vinod Sharma, a man with a controversial image?
No, I don't think he's got a controversial image, because if something bad has been done somebody in the family, it doesn't mean that he's done something bad. But as a person, he's very, very good human being, and he also is he holds a very good image among especially the Brahmin community, and he's a very seasoned politician, very old politician, very popular among the people of Chandigarh, Haryana, and Punjab, this kind of the northern region. So it has benefited me a lot, and to him also. So,
are there options open in a post-poll scenario? Because there are too many players in the political field this time around in Haryana. It seems highly unlikely that any party or any alliance will get a clear majority.
I think I've successfully successful in educating people in electing an honest Chief Minister. So I personally feel that we are going to get a clean majority ourselves, and if somebody wants to come and join us later on from outside support, we will welcome them.
Okay, so you're not willing to disclose as of now as to what might happen. So clearly, what is seen out here is that Kuldeep Bishnoi, having worked really hard, is in no mood to go ahead and consider that point that there might be a possibility of a post-poll alliance. But yes, as in politics, all options are open. With camera person Junaid, Vishal Daya, Rajya Sabha TV, Hisar.
Well, you can watch the detailed report on Kuldeep Bishnoi in our special show, Campaign Trail, on a Saturday on 4th of October, as our correspondent travels with him through the lanes of Haryana. All right, we'll take a very short break here. Coming up ahead, all the news from election-bound state of Maharashtra. Stay with us. Welcome back after the break, and in this segment, we'll get you all the news from the poll-bound state of Maharashtra. Well, the Bombay High Court has dismissed a bunch of petitions filed by several candidates challenging the decision of electoral officers in rejecting their nomination forms for the forthcoming assembly elections in the state of Maharashtra. While rejecting the petitions, a two-judge bench of the High Court opined that the election process has already begun, and therefore at this stage relief cannot be given. In their petition, the candidates had complained that the decision of the electoral officers was illegal and high-handed and should be set aside. And both former allies, Congress and NCP, released their poll manifestos for Maharashtra yesterday. The two parties promised to put the state on a higher growth trajectory in the next 5 years. Both manifestos had a lot to offer to farmers and youth of the state. Take a look.
A day after releasing its manifesto for Haryana, Congress came out with its version for Maharashtra on Thursday. Seeking a mandate on its own this time, the party focused on inclusive growth. The party also promised roads for every village in the state, new information technology hub between Pune and Nagpur, free tablets for class 9 pass students, free Wi-Fi in colleges, free education for girls.
संयुक्त महाराष्ट्र झाला त्यावेळेसपासून यशवंतरावजीपासून तर पृथ्वीराज चव्हाण साहेबांच्यापर्यंत सातत्याने या राज्यामधला विकास पुढे नेण्याचं काम आणि या राज्याला सर्व घटकांना मजबूत करण्याचं काम काँग्रेस पक्षाचे नेतृत्वाने सरकारने सातत्याने केलं. आज जाहीरनामा या ठिकाणी आम्ही समोर ठेवतो आहोत. तो जाहीरनामा याची एक कडी आहे.
NCP focused on attempting to woo farmers, youths and other sections of the society in its election manifesto for the upcoming assembly polls. The NCP has given special attention to education and employment. In its manifesto, NCP has promised pension to farm labourers, a child labour-free state in the next 5 years, 2,000 crore rupees for the development of minorities, a separate department for OBC in Mantralaya, hostels and special bus facility for women, free Wi-Fi and digital classrooms.
अन्य सुरक्षा योजनेच्या अंमलबजावणीसाठी दरमहा प्रत्येक कुटुंबास 35 किलो धान्य वाटप, 3 रुपये किलो दराने तांदूळ, 2 रुपये किलोने गहू, 1 रुपया किलोने भरड धान्य. यामधून 7 कोटी नागरिकांना या योजनेचा लाभ देण्याचा प्रयत्न.
After ruling the state together, NCP and Congress decided to end their 15-year-old alliance in the state recently. The alliance was called off after talks on seat sharing in the assembly polls failed to end the deadlock. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And in other news, amid accusations that his party could go with the BJP after the Maharashtra Assembly elections, NCP chief Sharad Pawar asserted his support for secular parties. Now taking a jibe at the recent remarks of former Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan that NCP would grab Muslim votes and later go with saffron parties, Pawar made it clear that NCP would seek support only from secular parties. Earlier, MNS chief Raj Thackeray directly blamed NCP chief Sharad Pawar for the 25-year-old Shiv Sena BJP alliance split in Maharashtra. He alleged that Pawar instigated the BJP to break up its alliance so that NCP and BJP could reach a post-poll understanding. However, Pawar insisted that his party was concentrating on winning more seats rather than on forming the next state government. So the war of words between the former allies Congress and NCP continue ahead of the assembly polls in Maharashtra. Well, a day after former Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan proposed legal actions against Ajit Pawar, NCP chief blamed Chavan for the breakup in alliance. He also claimed that Congress President Sonia Gandhi was not in favour of a split.
The end of a 15-year-old alliance seems to be quite bitter for the time being for both Congress and NCP. Both parties have been taking pot shots at each other in the past few days. Former Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan targeted former Deputy CM Ajit Pawar for his alleged involvement in irrigation scam. He said Pawar had wrongly occupied his position in the irrigation department. He also claimed that the coalition government with NCP in Maharashtra did not allow him to clean up the existing system. Ajit Pawar hit back at Chavan after the accusations. He said that NCP should also launch an investigation into some of the decisions taken by former Chief Minister. In a more direct attack, NCP chief Sharad Pawar blamed Chavan for the split in the alliance. He claimed that Congress President Sonia Gandhi was not in favour to call off the ties.
ये आगाज़ी होनी चाहिए, इसमें सबसे पहला कदम मैंने उठाया था। मैं खुद श्रीमती गांधी के घर में जाकर उनको रिक्वेस्ट की थी, उनका समर्थन था, उनकी भूमिका पॉजिटिव थी, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं। समस्या आ गई कि यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री साहब ने इस बारे में एक बार एनसीपी के साथ मीटिंग करने के बाद अगले 3 दिन इन्होंने हमसे कभी बात नहीं की।
In a sign of how bitter the relations are now between the two sides, NCP has decided to support Congress rebel Vilas Patil Undalkar against Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan from Karat South Assembly constituency. NCP withdrew the name of its own candidate to back Undalkar, who is a 7-time MLA. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Right, my colleague Rajkamal is now joining us on the phone line from Mumbai for more on this story. Rajkamal, now it is very interesting. It's been several days since these alliances broke up, and the war of words are still continuing on who is to blame for the breakup, isn't it?
Aishwarya, this will continue because every political party will have to, gauge the support of their own party cadres, because the Congress and NCP were in alliance for 17 plus years, but there are several cadre members who wanted a split between these two parties. Hence it happened. And at the top level, NCP blaming Prithviraj Chavan is evident because the corruption charges against Ajit Pawar was raised when Prithviraj Chavan was the Chief Minister and Ajit Pawar was the Deputy Chief Minister. So the blame goes to both political parties because they were all together in power for the last 10 years. And in fact, when it comes to poll manifestos, they compete with each other on the same poll promises. The agriculture belt in Maharashtra, like Vidarbha region and Maharashtra, Saurashtra region, other regions, they are focusing on farmers. Same, if you can see the Congress party's manifesto, they are focusing on the same lines. So they want to compete on the ideological grounds and as well as on the poll promises that they are making, because otherwise they have no option for their survival.
Right. Right. Thank you so much, Rajkamal Rao, my colleague, joining us from Mumbai there. And the daughter of NCP chief Sharad Pawar and MP Supriya Sule flagged off the party's roadshow on a Thursday while campaigning in Kalyan constituency of Maharashtra. Now, NCP has fielded 3 candidates from the constituency. Speaking to reporters, Sule ridiculed reports that her father Sharad Pawar had scripted the Sena BJP and NCP Congress breakup. Now, remarking sarcastically, Sule said that it was heartening to know that her father had a say among 5 parties of the state.
आता विरोधकांच्याकडे काही बोलायलाच राहिलं नाही विकास कामं सोडून कारण का विकास कामं एवढी सरकारने आमच्या केलेले ते विरोधकांना काही बोलायला लागलं नाही म्हणून ते पर्सनल अटॅक करायला लागले.
And Maharashtra's winter capital is heading for a contest between Maha-yuti alliance and the Congress. The district has all the administrative setup in place like Pune and Mumbai, but long pending public works is irking the voters. Take a look.
Nagpur was the capital of Central Province and Berar state. It is now considered the winter capital of Maharashtra. The district has all potential to become a first-grade economic hub. Nagpur is the largest and only business center in the entire Vidarbha region. It gives hope to many unemployed youth in the backward Vidarbha region. The district is well connected with good rail and road networks. It aspires to be the capital if Vidarbha gets statehood. It has been a focal point for political parties who have been aiming to gain support in the region. Nagpur district has 12 assembly segments covering 2 Lok Sabha seats. In 2009, BJP Shiv Sena alliance won 8 seats and secured Hingna, Kamathi, Nagpur Central, East, West, Southwest, Ramtek and Umred constituencies. Congress NCP alliance won 4 seats, registering a victory in Katol, Nagpur North, Nagpur South and Savner. BJP is banking on anti-incumbency factor this year. It is also depending heavily on the image of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
There are a lot of developmental issues and BJP is now mainly focusing on the politics of development. Unemployment is a big issue in our district. Corruption is an issue, price rise is an issue, and total misgovernance is a big issue.
Nagpur district has been witnessing delays in developmental projects. Government-sponsored MIHAN project which aimed at developing industrial corridor is pending since the last 10 years.
We have MIHAN, which is our flagship project. This has been alive since 2001. In fact, it was conceived as back as 1994. And we still do not have any credible project over there. As a result of this figure of 400 crores that is contributed to the Pune economy every month, we have barely 6 crores that come into the Nagpur economy. What happens is that the youth who are from this region, they have to move out of Nagpur.
Long pending flyover connection northern Nagpur with south is pending for more than 20 years now. Voters allege lack of political will to solve traffic crisis.
This bridge, which was to be completed in June 2009 in 42 months, it's still incomplete. Only 40% work has been done. That 46 crore project is now almost touching 200 crores. So who's accountable for that 150 crores of extra money? Bureaucracy or the ministers, they should be accountable.
Nagpur city is the constituency of Union Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari. BJP will be banking on his influence in the region, but the party will face a tough challenge from Maharashtra Industry Minister Nitin Raut.
Mismanagement of available resources and incompleted projects are a hurdle for the Nagpur development. People here in Nagpur demand swift progress on the pending projects. With camera person Shivakumar, Rajkamal Rao, Rajya Sabha TV.
And more from Nagpur, well known as the Orange City. The city's farmers want the government to establish industries to make products like juices and medicines. As of now, Nagpur does not have a big industry. All the oranges produced here are exported to cheaper prices, in fact. Our correspondent Rajya has a special report.
It is the beginning of orange season in Nagpur. The wholesale market is receiving tons of oranges for trade. Farmers from nearly 200 villages bring in their truckloads of oranges to the market. Orange farmer Jagdish brought 200 kilos from Haridaspur and is waiting for a trader. He says the best quality oranges are exported to Delhi, Mumbai and Hyderabad in large quantity at cheaper prices.
यहाँ की मंडी ज़्यादा चलने के बाद फिर आजू बाजू की मंडी चालू हो जाती, तो संतरे कहाँ लाने का? वहाँ संतरे अपन ने डाले तो वहाँ अच्छा रेट मिलता नहीं, एक दो दलाल रहते वहाँ पे, यहाँ पे हजारों ने दलाल है, इसलिए यहाँ माल लाते।
Nagpur earned its fame as Orange City because of the quality of the fruit produced. They have the maximum pulp in comparison with oranges produced in other areas. The best quality oranges called Ambia Bahar are exported to the US and Brazil. But small farmers are forced to sell other varieties of oranges at cheaper rates to preserve them in cold storages.
पुरातनों को लोगों के भाड़ा महंगा है, ये सब कुछ सारी बातें हैं। लोडिंग उनको टन के 3-4 टन माल लेना पड़ता है एक साथ। कहीं अपना भियापुर जाता है माल, कहीं नागपुर जूस कंपनी वहाँ जाता है, तो उनको रेट में नहीं पड़ता।
As per the report submitted by National Research Centre for Citrus to the Maharashtra government, oranges produced in Nagpur can be exported if adequate storage facilities are provided. The report says that more than 25% of the oranges produced in farm get damaged before reaching the market.
Amendments to the APMC Act may be seen as price control mechanisms, but shortage of storage facilities and shortage of infrastructure facilities in market yards are still a concern for farmers in Maharashtra. With camera person Shivakumar from Nagpur, Rajkamal Rao, Rajya Sabha TV.
And it's not just the oranges. The Nagpur Mandi supplies tons of onions to the entire country. Any price change here has a trickle-down effect on the household budgets across India. The traders in Nagpur now fear that the government's decision to delist onions from the APMC Act could have a negative impact. They want the government to bring in adequate changes to give them a level playing field. Our correspondent Rajkamal Rao has this report.
At the Nagpur onion market, farmer Hansi Shetkar taking stock of the produce that he has brought from his village Senvad, 85 kilometers from Nagpur. He lost 30% of his produce this year to transportation. Shetkar's situation is contrary to the popular perception of onion cartelization in Nagpur.
बहुत बड़ा है ना, ऐसा शेतकरी का मानना है, पर उसने सब माल भी सड़ी भी गया, सड़ पड़ गया, उसने तेरे भाव बढ़ा नहीं ना, जिसमें वो नवा माल आ गया तो अभी वो बढ़ने वाला नहीं हो।
Onions are a major source of income for farmers here in Nagpur and adjacent districts in the Vidarbha region. The recent government decision to delist onions from the essential commodities list has affected the price of the vegetable. Traders now want government help in exporting onions.
अनावश्यक वस्तु में डाल दिया ना, इसके वास्ते भाव भी कम हो गई। ये माल ये बाहर जाने के लिए बाहर कर देना चाहिए।
The Agricultural Market Produce Act that governs the trade of essential agro products has been amended by Maharashtra to delist onions in a bid to avoid cartelization. As per the act, farmers will now have to sell the produce outside the market yard. They are worried that shortage of storage facilities may lead to wastage.
Amendments to the APMC Act may be seen as price control mechanisms, but shortage of storage facilities and shortage of infrastructure facilities in market yards are still a concern for farmers in Maharashtra. With camera person Shivakumar from Nagpur, Rajkamal Rao, Rajya Sabha TV.
that's all in this edition of Verdict 2014. Thanks for watching.